And we finally get to V. For those of you who don't know, we're doing a series. We're looking into the songwriting and creative preferences of BTS members in their solo careers. We've done Jin, Suga, J-Hope, RM, Jimin, and now it's V. Okay, if you do end up liking this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also subscribe and hit that notification button so that you know when there's a new video getting published. And if you can, please share it because that's really helping my channel. Okay, off to V.
V doesn't just paint a picture, he actually paints a picture of how he sees a scene. Imagery. He creates that in his songs, but he doesn't just stop there. He doesn't just paint a picture, but he actually paints a picture of how he sees a scene and he makes you feel what he sees. That's Kim Taehyung's creative layer for you. In Blue and Gray, for example, there's a line that says, "The meaning of the tears reflected in the mirror, hidden by laughter, are my colors blue and gray." Here, instead of simply describing the reflection that he sees, which is him in tears, he reveals what's actually hiding behind the laughter, which are the colors blue and gray. Now, that pushes you to actually try and understand something more than what he's saying, a subtext that he isn't explicitly saying. Naturally, the mind wonders, but what is blue and gray? What does it mean? He makes you more involved. Another one is inner child. There's a line that says, "Back then we suffered a lot, looking up at the stars of the sky far, far away." The you of back then did not believe in the galaxy, but I happen to have seen the silver galaxy. While he could have simply mentioned the stars, it felt like he actually sort of pushed you to close the distance between you and the stars to make you feel exactly how far we are from that one beautiful star we often gaze at. It can put you in awe, but it can also make you feel a little lonely. Also, when he mentioned galaxy, he didn't stop with just a mere mention of a galaxy, which is already beautiful by itself. He talked about a silver galaxy, creating a more concrete and relatable image. We know what silver is. We know how it shimmers. We know it shines. And that's what he did. He made something so fantastic and so distant, like a galaxy, feel so familiar. In Snowflower, he sings, "The whole world gets filled up with white flowers," deepening our mood even more. Under the street lamp, standing still, I wish that the flower comes down onto your bright smile. He could have just talked about the street lamp illuminating him as he stands under it, but he wasn't contented there. He actually made it soft. He made everything softer by raining flowers on the listeners, turning it into his caress as the listener smiles. Even in Stigma, he sings, that light shines on my sins. The irreversible red blood flows down, deeper every day. I feel like dying." He managed to make the listener understand, see, and feel the gravity of his sin and its consequences by using an intense element, the red blood, and how it flows deeper. He contrasted it with something bright, the light, and mixing all these elements together towards his sins. By putting all of these bright and beautiful elements together, he made you realize just how dark his sins are. V immerses in the emotion. V simmers in the subject or the message of his songs, but it doesn't feel stagnant because he explores different directions. He doesn't take a situation or emotion and finds different ways on how to say the same thing. He peels it until you clearly see and understand every element in its simplest form. In Stigma, for example, it's actually a song of regret, but he explores where the regret is coming from. In the first verse, he talks about his pain. In the second verse, he talks about how others are getting punished because of his own sins. By the third verse, he wonders who can actually save him. In Sweet Night, he sings about longing for someone or something. But instead of just serenading romance, he actually created a more active situation by talking about his pursuit of that love. In the first verse, he talks about someone that he wanted or liked or loved. By the chorus, he confesses that he did not expect to feel the intensity of that love. By the second half of the song, he started asking if he can have that other person. And it's a smart one because he ended a song where the story is supposed to begin. In Scenery, it's actually about some sort of a regret about moments that passed and not being able to be fully present in those moments. In the first verse, he talks about the moment that he was in, the melancholy that he was feeling that reminds him about something that happened in the past. By the second verse, he talks about missing the moment that passed. And in the other half of the song, he wishes for another beautiful moment to come, to happen, so that he can have his chance to finally be present in a beautiful moment that he can keep forever. He caresses your senses. Taeyong doesn't drop fragments of an image. He paints the full picture and he teases your senses. He has this rare ability to use his words to make you feel. He makes you feel the cold air, see the dancing lights, smell the breeze outside. It feels as though he makes you sit down and perfectly frames a scene he wants you to take in. And instead of letting you wander around, he converses with you to make sure you understand, see, and feel every inch of that picture. He's very clear about his feelings, and he's also very clear in the image that he wants to convey. In Scenery, he sings about a path of brimming flowers. He puts you in a park where the moon of early morning has passed. And he surrounds you with light, which he himself gathered from the fragments of a moonlight. In 4 o'clock, which he actually co-wrote with RM, he painted a very beautiful picture of an open field at twilight. He described the birds singing and the different colors of light mingling in the atmosphere. He surrounds you with the light of the red morning dawn and sprinkles you with blue light. All these images are already beautiful in and of itself. But he didn't settle for just one. He managed to beautifully put everything together and put the listener in the midst of it all. In Inner Child, he said, "You at that time didn't believe in galaxy, but I saw it, a silver galaxy. Now it's not just about a beautiful galaxy. It's also about the shimmer and the value of silver that we can all touch and feel." He made it more relatable. He's making us believe it is possible. In another section, he sings, "It tingles the summer day's air, the cold sounds of gray lit streets. I draw in a breath and knock at your door." He manages to put the listener in the middle of a summer day. He somehow made you hear the stillness of midday before breaking your rest with a knock at your door. Kaleidoscope poetry. These choice of words aren't sheer poetry. They're also constantly changing, constantly moving, constantly creating a beautiful picture after a beautiful picture after a beautiful picture. Sometimes it feels like he's overloading your senses with his beautiful ideas, which is not a bad skill considering words are actually his currencies. In Inner Child, he sings of galaxies. and then makes you pause so you can feel the stars falling from the sky. And then he offers you his world and tells you that the light of your eyes lights the path towards the horizon. In Snowflower, he offers you comfort by making you feel the petals brushing against your smile. And then he makes you watch the world's colors wash away and morphs into a clean white. And then he surrounds you with angels. And then puts you beside him, making you feel the warmth of his presence. In Winter Bear, he didn't just talk about a bird. He actually made it more concrete by talking about a blue parrot. And then he invites you to come close, like a cute running bear. In Blue and Gray, he offers you to put all of your secrets in a bottle, telling you it's safe there. You don't have to scream your secrets to the wind. One beautiful image after another. That's what he offers in his songs. And when you couple it with his beautiful voice, it is nothing short of a beautiful utopia. Breathing life to an old genre. V's sound is probably the most removed from the sound of BTS. Blues isn't something very common in BTS's discography. It's not very common in mainstream music in general. It proves his disposition as an artist. Blues and classical are often viewed as two of the purest genres, but also very isolating. I guess its purity and legacy could make it feel very elite. But now, when it is V, he managed to modernize two old genres, blues and classical. And he did it by using relatable themes and messages in his songs, using words that the street would use. He avoided making it cheap by putting the right words together, sounding smooth and refined rather than brash. He also stripped down the beat and instruments to only what are necessary, avoiding overlayering the beats and other post-production elements. It allows you to fully feel and really hear every corner of the song. That's something you don't always get to experience in blues and classical because most of them are really, really complicated compositions. I honestly don't know of any other artist that has the ability to breathe life into an old genre the way V is doing for blues and classical. Creating his own universe. He likes situating his songs outside. He talks about galaxies, the sky, playing with the wind, the stars. It feels like he's always yearning for freedom, like he's always creating something different. He definitely paints a different world, definitely not the one that we have. And I can't help but actually go back to his first solo album, Layover. There, he seemed to have created this world of his own, designed to make the moments that he wanted last longer. He seemed to have designed these beautiful moments to stay forever.
He really is in terms of genre, because blues isn't really something that BTS delves into. That makes him really unique, and I think for him to be able to find that niche, and also he likes that genre. It's not like he's pushing himself into it just because nobody else is doing it. I think the mere fact that he has gravitated towards it gives you an idea on the kind of artistry that he has. It's not he's really it's more about pushing himself as an artist rather than becoming more popular or whatever. And I think that's why it makes me appreciate him more. He does not necessarily the genre that he has pursued in his solo career isn't necessarily something that you would expect of a popular pop star, right? So I think, as I've said, that gives you an idea on the kind of artistry that he is pushing for, and I really can't wait for him to release his next album. I understand why he decided to go the route of his first album. I understand that he wanted to create a different sound. I think that's primarily what he wanted. He wanted to detach himself really from the sound of BTS, and he found it. But any given Sunday, I would prefer his writing because he is such a great songwriter, not just a great lyricist, but also a great composer. So I can't wait to listen to the next album, and I hope he gets to do one before he serves the military. Okay, we are going to probably do Jungkook's. I mean, not this Saturday, but the episode after that, because I think I want to listen to his album. I'm so excited. Okay, if you do end up liking this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also share it if you can, because that's really helping my channel. If you have anything to share, leave them in the comment section below. Just make sure that you can say whatever it is that you want to say, but please do so respectfully. Okay, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that notification button, and share the video if you can. Thank you. I appreciate you.